It's Zach Sang and the gang.
7 years. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about this glory just always seemed to bore me, 'cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, 'cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory. Some I had to leave behind, my brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Come on, fellas, bring it. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. That was power, dude. Yeah, you could actually do it from there if you want. You could just chill there. Hi. Please sit down.
Yo.
Dude, Lukas Graham, I mean, what was that? So, okay.
That's how we sound like when we're lazy.
That's incredible.
You should hear us when we're in good form.
Like, I mean, you've been doing this for a while, okay?
Yes.
I got, a little story on your life here, but I want to start with the song, 7 years. That's essentially not just the story of your life, but the story of these guys' lives as well, yes?
Well, they joined the story somewhere. Well, you joined the story at 16, Mark. Magnus, you joined at 23. No, you joined at 21 or 20 actually.
Wow.
And you joined at 23. That's how old I was when we met each other.
So how old are we all now? What are we looking at? How many years in? Because the band started in 2011, right? That's when you first released songs onto YouTube.
Yeah, we started playing together in 2010 actually.
Okay.
But yeah, Mr. Magnum on the bass, 26.
Wow.
Mark on the drums or on the box today.
Hello.
You love playing that box, don't you?
So my question...
Mark is 27 like me, and
Okay.
we've got 16, 17, yeah.
So when you're writing this song, I mean, you're thinking ahead at your life. You're taking like you're looking at your life and you're going 10,000, 30,000, 50,000 feet up, and you're really examining it.
I love that you're actually giving me that amount of like omniscient foresight. It was just like, I think any creative person or any person that works with any creative job,
Yeah.
like sometimes you start a process and you don't really know how the hell you got to the end of it. And that's kind of how it was with this song. We started writing, and 3.5 hours later we had this amazing folky ballad kind of thing. And it took us like 18 months to finish the sound of it, like the production.
Yeah.
Because the song was so perfect from the beginning that we needed the strings and the drums and everything to be immaculate.
Well, that's it, because in its rawest form, there's so much power, you know? Do you tamper with it, and how much do you tamper with it? Because if you tamper with it too much, right, you lose the power.
Yeah, and at the same time, like we really wanted some of the movie edit stuff that we have on the track,
I
like
love
the 8
it.
millimeter film roll.
And when
We
they
have
go,
the-
Lukas Graham.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually one of the first ever shows we did. That's the voice of the announcer from that show.
Wow.
It's a sample from 2011, the 14th of December 2011.
You know that date.
Yeah.
Why do you know that date so
I just
well?
remember dates and I remember weird stuff.
So you tell me, you remember weird stuff. I do too. So I know in my mind that I can look back and I can tell you the most pivotal role in my career, the most pivotal moment in my career. What do you think is it for you? Because you're at a very interesting stage right now, right? Like you guys are massive, right? In Denmark. Okay, and here you are with this incredible music, walking into these radio studios, essentially kind of, I don't want to say reselling yourself, but you are reselling yourself.
Well, at least we're not repackaging ourselves.
Of course.
We've been touring together nonstop since February 2012.
Yeah.
And we haven't really had a reason to stop yet. And we haven't had a reason to change ourselves or change our music, like make ourselves more digestible for any audience. Which was our very big fear coming from tiny little Denmark, a population of nearly 6 million people only in the entire country. So we were afraid that, like a lot of other Danish or Scandinavian acts, we come to America and get like watered out, you know?
Exactly.
And it's just been so amazing to visit all these radio stations that love our most like non-commercial song, which is 7 years. And the same with our record label, that we get this amazing support from our label and our management and our agent teams, that nobody's asking us to change. I think that's my biggest surprise about coming to America.
Pretty crazy.
Because you hear about all these European acts.
Of course.
Like, yeah.
Usually time changes them too. You know what I mean? They come with one goal, and then while they're here,
I thought Rosemary was supposed to change you a little quicker than time, but hey. No, okay,
No.
sorry.
Look back at your journey right now and tell me the most pivotal moment in your opinion.
Well, we did this one show in 2011 in my hometown called Christiania, this tiny little community in the middle of Copenhagen.
Uh-huh.
And there was only room for like 380, 400 people at the venue, but more than 1,000 people were queuing up to get in and see us.
Wow.
So one of my friends came in through the back door, and I was like, dude, why are you coming in the back? You should be coming in to the front like everyone else. He's like, I couldn't get in. There were so many people. I'm like, dude, you work here. You couldn't get in? It's like, literally, I couldn't get in. I told people I worked here. They didn't believe me. They're like, go in the back of the line, chump. And so we looked out the backstage window, and we were like, holy... There was this queue that went out of the room, the door of the concert hall, and was split two ways and went like out onto the street, blocking traffic. And we were like, we'll never fit these people in here.
What do you think it is? Why is it your music? Because I've listened to 7 years, obviously. I've listened to a few other songs. Like, I know you have Mama Said, Strip No More, right? Those are all going to be on the brand new album as well.
They will be, yes.
I mean, really personal stuff, very honest stuff. But in your opinion, why that big of a crowd, and why are people taking so greatly to it?
it's always weird, like, to analyze your own marketing success or strategy. And I think at the end of the day, when we sit down and talk as a band about what is it we do, I believe it's the live show.
Yeah.
Like, our most viewed content on YouTube has, up until the 7 years video, our most viewed content on YouTube is live performances from award shows and from our own little, like, rehearsal videos that we put up just to, like, warn people that new music is going to be coming on the road with us. And yeah, we've just built the live show to be the carrying significance, like,
which obviously here was, I mean, come on, it was evident.
It was like we always do one takes. If we can do sound checks to other songs and the song we're recording for the radio station, we do that.
That's
so that you always hit the song with the fresh vibe, like,
of course,
instead of, so we played that song 5 times at the sound check and now we're gonna make it sound dynamic and fantastic for the 6th time.
Yeah, you can't. Well, it's like that here, even like on the radio show when we prep the show, right? And
don't prep people.
Well, that's it, right? It's like when somebody tells a story and everybody reacts, you get that one genuine reaction, then the reaction's in the and you're never going to be able to duplicate it again. Well, you bottle greatness. You take it as you can get it.
Well, you should just go with it when you can get it. Like the 7 years track is one of the few tracks on our album that we have done nothing to it in America. It's all recorded in Copenhagen. And like the mic was like a $90 mic. And this dude wrote the string arrangement in his little apartment, and we went to rented a special studio for half a day to record the strings. And so it's like the one song we didn't use our amazing American record budget to produce
was the big
single.
Yeah.
And that's kind of weird.
Well, have you gone through, are there songs like, okay, Criminal Mind, Drunk in the Morning, those are the first 2 that you released online.
Yeah.
Are those going to make a reappearance on the
Drunk in the Morning will.
Okay.
Criminal Mind, not on this album. I still think it's an important song to release in terms of our story. What are we about? We're not just the nice, cozy band. It's also about the guys in prison, like the boys I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like 24% of my childhood friends are in jail at any given time, kind of thing.
Why is that?
Well, that's because we grew up in an area that's a little tougher than the other areas.
Yeah.
It's like a ghetto, like a projects area. It's the south central of Copenhagen.
Interesting. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, well, it's a special place. It's also not as violent as a normal ghetto would be. Yeah. Because it's a very tightly knit community. Everybody takes care of each other.
Do you think if you didn't grow up there, you wouldn't be here today?
Probably not. That's a very, like, what do you call that kind of?
Is that question?
Like a meta question.
Intuitive a little bit?
Well, no, it's more like, I don't think you could become another person than the person you became.
Yeah. Right? If you look back, that makes you look back at your life and all of these different, experiences where you grew up, the things that you've gone through, that make you who you are.
Well, you are who you are. And I think everybody who dreams of being someone else, they're literally like just pissing in their pants. It's going to be warm for the first 3 minutes and then it gets really, really cold.
I like that a lot. I might use that. That was good.
Well, everybody else is taken, so you have to be you.
Yeah.
And it's the same when people ask you, when is the best time of your life? Right now, apparently. It has to be now. If my best time of my life isn't right now, then, well, we might as well start over.
Yeah. Why? So you look at this record deal that you're doing with Warner Brothers. You're coming here to the States. I mean, this is huge. You did rework some of the songs for the American album. Have you? Scary doing that? Is anything major changing?
No, not really. We weren't that scared coming over, really. I think more like anxious and like anticipating.
I get
like
that.
This big leap. Like we are, like 11 hours flight from Copenhagen. There's a 9-hour time difference. And like it was just basically ripping up your whole life and saying, so Mom, I'm going to be living in America for the next 3 years of my life. I'll see you for Christmas. So yeah, we've been home for Christmas the last few years, and we do get to go home for our summer tours. But we're living here at the moment, which is weird.
Is there a part of you that's afraid to leave all that you've built there behind? Because it's really great. I mean, you guys are the biggest live act in Denmark. It's spread throughout Europe. I mean, there's such an incredible base, and there's security, right? There's security. You got to do some really serious to fuck up there.
Yeah, we've tried. Like we've tried with headlines in the newspapers to
Oh my God, there's a bug on your microphone? Is that for real right now?
Yeah, it's a small one.
Wait,
It was a
you
tiny
guys,
one,
there's
though.
a bug. They're not freaking out, and I'm freaking out that there's a bug in my studio right
I was
now.
like, somebody was like, "There's a spider." Like, it's the small one.
Oh my, that's, wow.
It's smaller than the little hunting ones we get in Denmark.
Wow, that thing scares the shit out of me. I am frightened. Yeah, Craig, there's a spider. He's here to eliminate it. Wow. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Sorry.
Spider pig does whatever a spider pig does. Can it swing from a rope? No, it can't, because it's a pig. Wait.
The most respectable quality of you about you so far right now is the fact that there was a spider on your very nice microphone and you didn't care.
Well, I kind of flicked it off because I was like, "Where is it?"
Did you kill it?
That's like a big minus in your karma book, sir.
I know. Wait, Craig, did you take the dead spider carcass out of the studio?
Are you?
So
Are you that afraid of bugs?
No, I was interested to see who actually showed up to get the spider out of the studio once I yelled for
Somebody
help.
killed the spider.
That makes me feel bad.
You should.
It's
Like, that's why I didn't get a driver's license, because all the bugs that get squashed on your windscreen, man, it's gonna be like your karma book must be ruined.
oh, that's so beautiful to look at it that way. Wow.
And plus, I can always drink when we're out because I'm not the designated driver. So I think that's my main reason. But
Okay, so you've been here for how long?
but we moved here in 2014, March 2014. Magnus, the first. I think that's the first time we lived here for
Okay.
like a succession of months.
And how okay, so you've been going back and forth how often?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have shows back in Europe. We need to save up money as well.
Yes.
It's great living in America, but it's also expensive when you're not from here.
Crazy
Renting
expensive.
a house and
Yeah.
and then you're not American. You don't have a credit score, and you try to lease a car, and you're being robbed in broad daylight. And you realize, why have I not just been using Uber all the time and just choosing the sedan?
Hey, the Uber X is not bad. It gets you to where you need to go.
Well, or else just order the regular Ubers, but on really busy days, so that the black cars they just
show up.
They just show up anyway. That's a good one.
Okay, before the spider was here, I was asking you about leaving the security behind in Denmark. I mean, that's a very intense move.
I don't think we're afraid of the security thing, because I dropped out of law school when I got the record deal. Magnus stopped studying jazz in Berlin. Casper, our piano man, he dropped out of he was becoming a stockbroker, studying economics.
Wow.
So we've all sacrificed quite a lot to be where we are. So the whole sacrifice idea, I think, was everyone knew.
Yeah.
Once we sat in the band room and looked at each other, it's okay, so we're dropping everything to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're not in. We're not going. We're not leaving the country before we got the team.
Exactly. You're in. You're in.
If you're in, you're in, and you're in it for good. You're going to sacrifice blood, sweat, and tears to get where we want to get. I think what's difficult for us about leaving Denmark is that we've built a style of fan culture that is different than we've seen in other countries. We're very down-to-earth guys. I mean, we've known each other for 10 years almost, all of us, including the production team. We've all gone to the same high school, some of us even to the same primary school. So we've been doing this, I've been singing professionally since I was 8. So it's not we're not going to become different people.
No.
But people's perception of us might change, especially in such a big country like America, where people might not know that we're just these small town guys that want to have a beer and chat and chill. Except Lovestick, he loves clubbing. Lovestick, not that he doesn't like a cold beer, but he loves
clubs
clubbing.
are where he lives. I get it. So are you the one in your band spearheading these deeper conversations, because they need to be had? I mean, across the board they need to be had.
I think we're all pretty much spearheading deep conversations, and it's the conversations that we have about our band is essentially conversations about respect, in terms of respecting people's choices. If Magnus decides, I'm not going to go out and drink this weekend, nobody's going to pressure him to go out.
Yeah.
Because, we're going to be on tour for 280 days in a year, right? So at some point, you just need to not go out.
At home seems really great after touring for 280 days.
Yeah, I have a great bed that I never see in a lovely apartment in a great part of town. I don't know what my mom looks like anymore. My dog barks at me when I come home.
Do we have a date yet on the album?
25th of March. Can I say that, Andrew?
25th of March.
25th of March. Pre-order from the 5th of February.
I miss having artists here where they go, "Can I say that, Andrew?" And Andrew usually says no most of the time, and then they say it anyway.
So, what the listeners don't know is that we actually made the bulk of our money being like male strippers back in Copenhagen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I was just. Can I say that, Andrew?
Okay, Lukas Graham. You, my friend, have an incredible story, a story that I want to follow, and music that I'm so excited to hear. I thank you guys for being here. I mean, holy that. I said this last week. We had an artist named Nathan Sykes in here, and he did a really amazing performance. And I was like, you know what? That was the greatest performance to ever hit the studio, but I need to retract that. And I need to say this performance of 7 years, everything from the vocal,
sorry, Nathan,
to the way it was done, to all the instruments, to the way it sounded in my ears, the best performance we've ever had in here. So I thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, amazing.
We like to play this is live music is what we do.
Can you play another song?
Yeah.
Thanks.
The interviews, that's the dull part. Now,
I know.
Then we can go back to doing like our real job.
Go. Kill it. All right. Thank you guys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I kinda need a beer. Hey, my friend, how you been? What are you going through? What is this trouble that's troubling you? He tried to turn the thing around and asked me how I've been. I said I really don't know where to begin. Hey bro, I saw my life come crashing down. I crawled, I walked, I'm flying now. I found my strength on my knees. Don't you worry about me. 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 A lot of people told me when Daddy passed away, go take some time off, but I got no time to waste. Don't you have a dream too? Some goals you've got to make. You may feel small sometimes, it don't mean you can't be great. Hey bro, I saw my life come crashing down. I crawled, I walked, I'm flying now. I found my strength on my knees. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry, worry, worry. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Sometimes your life can bring you down. Sometimes you run for miles and miles. Sometimes you scream without hope. Now once you feel you hit the ground, then victory comes back around, and you'll be proud to let them know. Don't worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Are you guys gonna sing along or what? Right. You ready? Yeah. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Oh. Don't you worry about me. Oh, please don't you worry, 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 worry. No, don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. And don't you worry about me.
Yeah, that was cool. That was something different. Yeah.
Just put your